Hello everyone, this is Grade 5, Module 6, Lesson 8 homework. The directions for 1 state, complete this table such that each y coordinate is 4 more than the corresponding x coordinate. So I'm just going to pick some random points here for x, and I know that y has to be 4 more. So if I do 1 for x, I know that 4 more than 1 is 5. So I'm really adding 4 to x to get my y. And then my coordinates are going to be 1, 5. So I'll keep going and I'll do 2 plus 4 is 6. So I'm going to get 2 comma 6. And then I'll do 3, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So I'll have 3 comma 7. So what I have to do now is plot each point on the coordinate plane. So I'm going to plot these, and I'm actually going to give them, because of the way that I'm writing, I'm going to give them letters just so I don't have to write the coordinates next to it. You should probably write the coordinates, but I have a small screen over here, and I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. But I still want to make sure that I'm labeling it with something. So my first one, A, is 1 comma 5. So I go over 1 and I go up 5, and it's going to be right about here. And I'm going to label that A. And then I have 2, 6. I guess I can see them right there. 2, 6. That's going to be B, and my last one is 3, 7. C. So I got them labeled. Use a straight edge to construct a line connecting these points. Give the coordinates of 2 other points that fall on the line with x coordinates greater than 18. So I'm going to do B right now. I'll get a line going on there, and then we're going to come up with some coordinates. So there's my line, and if I move over, you can see I put it off the page a little bit. But there's my line I constructed, connecting those. And now what I need to do is give 2 coordinates, or give coordinates of 2 other points that fall on this line with x coordinates greater than 18. So I'll pick 19 as my x, and I know that my rule was 4 more. So y has to be 4 more. So what I'll do is I'm just going to add 4 to this. So 19 plus 4 is 23. And then I'll say 20, and 20 plus 4 is 24. And they should fall on that line because I was going up by 1 each time. So I had 1, 2, 3. I know that eventually I'm going to get to 19 and 20. Let's take a look, and I'll zoom out here and slide down at 2. And 2 says, complete this table such that each y coordinate is 2 times as much as its corresponding x coordinate. So I'll do the table and part A. So I'm going to get some points on here. And again, your points might be a little different than mine depending on what you pick for your x, just like in the question above in question 1. So complete this table such that each coordinate is 2 times, each y coordinate is 2 times as much as the corresponding x. So again, if I start with, let's say I'll do 2 this time, I know that y is 2 times as much, meaning I have to multiply by 2 to get my y. So if I pick 2 for x, 2 times 2 is 4, and then I'll have 2 comma 4, because I have x and y. So my next one, if I do 3, 3 times 2 is 6. And again, x, y, that's the way we list our coordinates. And then my last one, 4, and then I got 4 times 2 is 8. So I have 4 comma 8. A says plot each. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to zoom in a little bit again because I want to make sure I get these points right. This time I'll try to label these. 2, 4, that's going to be right here, and I'll label it like that with my coordinates. 3, 6. And then my last one is 4, 8. Oops. So there are my 3 points. What I would then do is use a straight edge to connect those, and then try to find 2 more coordinates that are greater than 25. So when I look at that, if I pick 26, I know that what I have to do to x is times 2 to get my y. So that would be 52. And then you can pick another one to go here, because we just have to multiply the x by 2 to get our y coordinate for it. And again, greater than 25. Let's take a look at page 2. So here we are on page 2. And 3 says, use the coordinate plane below to complete the following tasks. So we have to graph some different lines here. Line L we'll start with. X is equal to y, meaning whatever value of x, that's the value of y. So if I pick 1, it's 1 comma 1. Now let me zoom in there because that chart is a little difficult to read. If I do 3, then y is 3 because x and y equal the same. So it's 3 comma 3. So whatever I put for x, that has to be y. And I'm just making up some different numbers here, but you can pick kind of whatever you want in terms of your x and y coordinate. I picked one that are going to actually be on my grid off to the right there. So it says graph these lines on the plane. So in red, I'll do this one, and I'm going to label them with the letters here. So the first one is 1, 1. And that's A. 3, 3. That's B. And then 4, 4. That's C. And I'm going to put a line in there. So there's my line right there, going up through. And now I'm going to do G. And I'll do this one in green. I'll do different colors for it. So line M, Y is 1 less than X. So if I pick 2 for x, 1 less than 2 is 1. So I have to go 1 less than whatever I pick for x. So if I do 4, I know this has to be 1 less, which is 3. And then I'm writing my coordinates next to it. That's what I'm actually going to plot. If I do 5, 1 less is 4. Now I want to plot these. So G is 2, 1. H is 4, 3. And I is 5, 4. And I better label these. And now I want to graph a line. So I'm going to put a line onto this. And there's my line right there. And then I'm going to go to line N. And it says y is 1 less than twice x. Meaning I'm going to do 2 times x and then go 1 less than that. So if I pick 2, I have to multiply x by 2 and then subtract 1. So 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. And the same thing if I do, let's go to 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So that's twice x, 8. And then I got to go 1 less, which is 7. And then my last one, I'll do 5 again. And 5 times 2 is 10. Minus 1 is 9. So I have 5, 9. Now I'm going to go over and plot these. And again, I have STU, stew. So I'll go to 2 and go up to 3. And I see it's right here in blue. and that's S. And then I have 4, 7. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's T. And then U is 5, 9. 5, 9. And I want to double check myself. That's 6, 7. So 4, 7. This one is 2, 3. And I have 5, 9. And there's my line to go in there after I checked it. And I have a few questions that I want to take a look at, and I'll try to answer them, a few of them. B says, do any of these lines intersect? If yes, identify which ones. And give the coordinates of their intersection. So when I look at the intersection, I do see one, and it's taking place right there. My lines are drawn a little off, but it should be intersecting right about that point. So I see that lines, that's N and L, and they're going to intersect at 1, 1. So what I probably should have done is labeled these lines, and I know this is N, my red is L, and my green is M. So I'm going to label those now. I have the points on there, so that's pretty good, but I also want to make sure that I can refer back to these. Okay, so C says, are any of these lines parallel? I'm going to identify these, and I can see that there's 2 of them there, and I see the red and the green. As I drew those lines, they're staying the same distance apart. They'll never intersect or cross each other. So even if I go down into the negatives or if I continue these on, they're not going to intersect. So it looks like it's going to be lines L and M. And then we got to look at D real quick that says, give the rule for another line that would be parallel to the lines you listed in problem 3C. So you got to take these lines, L and M, and find some other rule that will work to make a parallel line to those. So you're trying to get it for the red and the green line up above, or L and M. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and good luck on the rest of your homework.